deal?
Yeah, so this one was on the MLS. It's actually a bank-owned property. Probably the most common deals that I buy on the MLS tend to be bank-owned. It's a nice little niche that you can search for, and the banks tend to need to unload them. It's a little bit funky in the process. You're not dealing with a typical seller, so things take a little bit longer. There's usually a lot of offers because they're really bad, need kind of cash or hard money to close. But yeah, like I said, Gary ended up sending me this one, came through, toured it like at 7, 8 p.m. at night. It was totally dark. I had to make it happen that day, got the offer in. Ended up going non-contingent on it as well because he had walked it, sent me all the details and stuff that we needed. So we bought it for $105 on market, which is pretty insane in this neighborhood. And there was a bunch of other offers on the property, probably more or similar price to mine, but we got it. They specifically said because I went non-contingent. So having a good trusted team to walk through it ahead of time and be certain on your numbers up front and be able to put in that non-contingent clause is sometimes what makes or break a deal.
So tell me how, just to go deeper on that, how did you're looking for bank-owned properties, what's the search? Like you're specifically looking for that on the MLS? How do you find that?
I do sometimes search that. You can, if you have an agent or if you have MLS access, there's a little kind of search bar where you can put in whether it's bank-owned or not and filter through it. But no, I mean, I look at anything that comes up that's a fixer. It's just so happened that majority of them that I've actually been able to make work on MLS have been bank-owned because they're usually better deals.
So you got it for 105. What was it listed for?
So they originally had it listed, I want to say for 160 or 165, something like that. And then the bank did a big price drop because they weren't unloading it. Yeah. And that was my key to be like, all right, we're ready to negotiate.
So there's lots of other offers, but you say you won it because you were non-contingent. And I guess you buy a lot of wholesale deals, so you're probably used to like non-contingent probably doesn't scare you, right?
Right, exactly. Yeah. So I felt like we had done a good walkthrough, felt pretty confident about the numbers, what the rehab was going to be up front, and so I didn't really feel like I was going to find out anything else about the property during a due diligence period, so might as well just not put one.
Awesome, cool. And then what are the upfront steps you take to analyze the deal so you can make that offer of 105? And who you sending the property? I guess we know who you sending the property, or are there other people you send the properties as well?
Yeah. So in this packet, I kind of put it. I think it's on the second page, but this deal analysis. This is basically what I go through every time that I'm underwriting a deal. So I kind of work it backwards. I look at the ARV, run the comps. What do I think the property can be worth? And from there, we're going to subtract out every cost that I think is going to be associated with the deal. So some of it's obviously an estimate, but you've got your rehab, your purchase, closing costs, your actual holding costs, your realtor fees on